Hey, what's up guys? I'm Greg, the founder of DearBlogger.org, and in this video I want to show you how to make a website with GoDaddy. Last year we made a website with a GoDaddy domain name, web hosting, and WordPress, and it went great. We helped over 1,000 people set up a website from scratch, which was awesome. But then GoDaddy decided to change the way everything looks, the screens, the registration pages, and it confused a bunch of people and they complained. So now we're updating the video, and I'm super excited because it's been a year. A lot of the softwares have changed, and it's given us a chance to just step back and realize what kind of a website we want to make today. Alright, so enough chit chat. Get out those laptops, brew yourself a cup of coffee, or grab whatever it is you like to drink, and let's hop over to my computer and see what we're going to make together. Let's do it. So here's the website that we're going to make today from start to finish, and as you can see, it turned out really beautifully. It's modern and clean, and yet nothing fancy. And when you use it as a designer, I think you'll see that it's simple, easy to use, and just plain works. So I'm going to show you how to create this full screen image gallery slider that goes all the way to the bottom of the page. You see these on a lot of websites these days, and you can insert as many slides as you want. So you get your headline and your subheadline and your call to action button, which will go to a different page on the website. We can click that in a second. And then if we scroll down, we get our featured boxes here. So this is where you can write another headline and then tell people about your business. So if you're a teacher trying to get more students for your course or your online course, this could say like browse courses, sign up, and then download the materials and watch the videos, and then learn, interact, something like that. Or if you're an investment firm trying to get new clients, this could say like preliminary assessment, and then pick a fund, and then invest with our guidance, and then grow. You get the picture. This website is good for all different types of businesses and niches. Scrolling down, you get this awesome landing page. So we're going to create a landing page where you can put anything from a picture of yourself or just a little welcome message like we did. You can also insert videos here, or if you're a musician, set up your downloads like your Spotify profile or something, or your SoundCloud. And we're going to learn how to get these cute little icons, because if other websites use them, why shouldn't you be able to? And you get thousands and thousands of icons to choose from. So it's really cool. And we're also going to do this sidebar over here. So we got to put something in the sidebar. In our case, we've just got testimonials from celebrities. This one may or may not be real. But we also have ones from my YouTube channel, just from when I'm helping people out every morning over there. So we don't need to wait till the morning to help people on WordPress, because WordPress never sleeps and it's fun. We love helping people here on the channel. So the website's going to be full of stuff that you could add on WordPress, and we're going to learn how to add everything you see here without any coding or tech knowledge required, by the way. We're going to learn how to add this Facebook like box so people can interact with your Facebook posts right from their sidebar. It's really cool. And just basic features like recent posts, social media buttons, a search bar. If we're all the way at the bottom of the site, we're going to see that we'll create a footer for you guys. We're going to learn how to insert a video, set up some more testimonials so that your website gets reviews and can gather reviews like Amazon or eBay, and then people see that and want to buy from you. And we're even going to learn how to edit the copyright. So some themes make you pay money to change the copyright, which is ridiculous. I'm going to show you how to do that for free. So that's really cool. You can make this site all your own. If we click on this button, it'll go to the top. And then at the top, you're going to learn how to insert your own logo here. So you can choose a logo and put text or just an icon. This one is just cool because it shows the computer browser with a little clock, an abstract clock with a coffee cup. And we're going to do that without any Photoshop or design skills required, and for free as well. Then we of course need a navigation menu, so we'll learn how to create one of those. And people can click around and get to your sub pages. You'll learn how to create as many different pages as you want, where you can talk about your process, what you do, your mission statement, and so on and so forth. Last but not least, we'll set up a blog page so that you get blog posts and can talk about your products and your business, and use the blog to attract more visitors to your site because these posts are really good at ranking in Google. And if you have just one post that goes viral, it can bring a lot of visitors to your entire blog and operation. And I'm not sure what comes after last but not least, maybe lastest. If you have any ideas, I'm happy to hear them. We're going to create a contact us page where people can reach out to your business. They can learn about where your operation is so they can visit you if you have a museum or a training fitness program. They can come use your services, and they can also send you a little note right here. So we'll test this when we make it in the video, but it's all really clean and professional, as you can see. I like it, and I hope you do too. And we're going to learn how to make it all in just a second. We should first talk about our 3-step process that we used last year that went over really well with everyone. So we'll talk about the process that you can do, and any beginner can follow it to make this website just like a web designer would. We've also tested the website in Screenfly, which is a mobile responsive test, so that you know your website will look good no matter what device people are using it on. And when you make your website, you can test it here too. You just need to choose from all the different phone sizes and then go ahead and see what your content looks like. Of course, we want to enable scrolling, and then you can really do a complete review of your site and make sure it looks good. So what do people have these days? The 6 or 7? So that's pretty cool. I still have a 6, so I don't know about all that other futuristic nonsense. But we have every different kind of testing here, and I've looked through all of them to make sure that people can access your website no matter what device they're on, no matter what browser, even if they're using like a massive desktop screen that looks like a flat screen TV. Everything's going to look really nice. So I think it's all going to be an amazing experience for you guys. And what do we have up here? We have some inspiration. So these are real WordPress websites that I looked at to get ideas, like the full screen image here with the call to action buttons from Tim. We can see Katy Perry has this image slider, which is awesome. Just like ours, you can set up as many big full screen high definition images as you want, like this one with the basketball interface. And then you can set up music and videos and merchandise as well. You can sell from this website. You can basically set up any sort of layout you want when you use WordPress. It's really cool. So we also have WordPress Beginner here, which shows us more notable names and brands that use WordPress. We have Star Wars with these really cool layouts. They showcase like blog posts and videos. And I'm showing you all these sites just so you know that you can create a website like these. Once you use WordPress like we're gonna do, you really are on a level playing field, and this is what you can make. There's no stopping you. Zoella has this beautiful site with these cool categories like pumpkin picking or pancakes, and then uses the full screen image. And nothing's stopping you from making this site, because this is just a WordPress website. It's just that she's an amazing person, but I know you're an amazing person too and can do all of this. So whether you want to, become a WordPress designer for a company like one of these, once your skills are perfected, or if you want to use your website to create your own brand like these and make yourself famous like Beyonce, or if you just want to create an amazing website and be some mysterious blogger that no one knows about but runs a really cool website and makes a ton of income from that site, then you can do that too. So here's just a couple more examples, like Mercedes, got the image slider like ours, and the search button, and the navigation menu in the upper right, and the tiny little logo, saving space, and the list goes on and on and on. It's really awesome. Walt Disney, totally awesome and beautiful. And like I said, you can create any websites like these. If you want to learn how to break them down or, see what sort of layouts they're using, I'm happy to help. And if you don't believe me that they're using WordPress, try just putting that little / WP admin after their domain name, and you can be really crafty and confirm that they're using WordPress with the WordPress login screen like you'll get and you can log into every morning once you're done with the tutorial. So that's really cool. I hope you enjoyed it. I wasn't going to sit here and tell you you're going to make the next Apple or Uber or Airbnb or something, because those sites don't use WordPress. So I wanted to show you real examples of WordPress sites so that you get real inspiration and can actually get down to work and make something just like them. Alright, so that concludes our little tour. Thanks a lot for joining me on it. If that sounds like something that interests you this year, I'd be honored to help. And I'll tell you right now that the process we'll go through is the exact same process that a professional web developer would do for you if you went out and hired them in your local town. However, they would charge you thousands upon thousands of dollars, and we're going to do it for much less because we're doing it ourselves. That process is to 1. Register your domain name. That part we obviously need to do, so you'll learn how to start a website from scratch or build a website if you bought a domain name before and it's just sitting there. Then you can just skip ahead in the tutorial. That domain name is an address on the web. That's how we like to look at it, which helps us think of step 2, which is register web hosting. In other words, just get a plot of land to put the website on. Once we have those two things, a address and a plot of land, which every website needs, we can do step 3, which is to install WordPress onto the plot of land. WordPress is the same software used by major brands like Beyonce, Forbes, Katy Perry, Rolling Stones, Mercedes, Walt Disney, Bloomberg, the list goes on, and we're going to use WordPress to create your website just like they do. Alright, so to get started, open up your web browsers here, and I'm using Google Chrome, but if you're using Firefox, Internet Explorer, Safari, Opera, whatever, it'll work just fine. And I like starting off at Google. So we can type in GoDaddy.com and hit enter, because we're going to use GoDaddy, of course. This is a GoDaddy website tutorial. And click on GoDaddy. Alright, so here we are at GoDaddy, and I did already buy the domain name we're going to use for our website today in advance, because I like having the perfect domain name for each tutorial, and I didn't want someone else to buy it. If you're like me and you already bought your domain name, then open up those video notes below, and in the timestamp section, click to step 2 and proceed from there. But we are going to actually buy a domain name today, just so we actually buy something, and so you see the exact buttons and all the links you need to click to get the entire process done. So I'll walk you through really quickly my strategies for picking a domain name right now, and then we can actually buy one. The first thing I like to buy is myname.com, because if you run any business online, when someone visits your name.com, they should see information that you've put up about your business, or at least some kind of portfolio website or about me page. You don't want them to see something misleading or not you. So that's a great place to start if you don't have a domain name at all. And it's really good for a lot of different kinds of websites, like portfolios, branding websites, business websites, blogs. I've seen a lot of success with this strategy. You might also want to try just your brand.com. So that's also a good option if you're selling something, or if you're making a business, or a musician or artist. But you definitely don't want to pay the price of a premium domain name. That's probably the biggest number I've ever seen on GoDaddy or anywhere online. Of course, you can get around it by adding more words. That's usually an option. You just have to play with the domain name a little bit. Which leads me to my next strategy, which is if you can't get your name or your brand.com, you should try to get your name or brand plus a keyword that describes what you're doing, like plumbing or finance or tutorials, and that'll usually work. Those are usually available. The keywords are good because when people look up the stuff you do in Google, having this word physically in your domain name will get you more traffic, because people are going to want tutorials. That way, when people look up what you do, they're going to be more likely to find your site. Additionally, if at all possible, I recommend you try to buy the .com, because 2 reasons. It's the most recognizable. When people think of your brand, like Facebook or YouTube or Netflix, and want to find it, they're going to type in Facebook or YouTube or Netflix.com usually. It won't hurt your brand's ranking in Google or any of those techie aspects if you get any of the other extensions like .org or .net, but you just want to consider how it looks to everyone and maybe avoid things like .online or .biz if you can, because we're still not that familiar with them. Additionally, the .coms are by far the most valuable. If you ever want to sell your website and its domain name, I want you to have the most valuable domain name and stand to make the largest profit. I'm not saying it'll happen, but it certainly does from time to time. And I want you to be building your content on the most valuable domain name possible. Of course, just get one domain name for now. You don't need to protect your name with these domains. It's honestly just a way for GoDaddy to make more money. So enough chit chat, let's move forward and actually register a domain name. That does it for domain name strategies, but feel free to ask me more in the comments. Now, in the case of the real website we make today, I wanted to explain how to make a website in 4 minutes. So I already bought the 4minutewebsite.com. It's a real process and a real service and a real community where we'll make a website quickly and show all the steps and processes involved to get that end product, which is a website. Of course, it might be smart to get some of the related domain names just in case someone tries to rip off our deal later on. So just for the heck of it, I'm going to buy 6minutewebsite.com, but we'll do all of our building on 4minutewebsite.com. So once you're happy with your domain name, all you need to do is come over and click Add to Cart. GoDaddy will verify its availability and then say Added. Now just click Continue to Cart. On this page, make sure to select No Thanks. We can always add those protection things later on, but they're really just additional costs and we're operating on a budget here. And then make sure this says No Thanks. And continue with these options. Next, we want to change our term period from 5 years to just 1 year. I think that'll be enough for now, and it'll definitely reduce the price. Make sure this protection thing is off, although it is totally up to you if you want to protect your domain's privacy and pay the extra amount of money for it. I just don't typically do that. Great, now do a quick scroll down and make sure that all the additional services are gone and you're just paying for your domain name. $8.40 is a very reasonable price. However, I want to try to get it as low as possible for us. So let's click Have a Promo Code. I believe in last year's tutorial we entered in CJC FW30 off. So we'll try that again and click Apply. Didn't work because it's a year old and usually they only let you use a coupon once. So if you want to get that coupon lower, try a coupon site like Retail Me Not, or if you get emails from GoDaddy, open up your Gmail inbox and look up GoDaddy. Sorry for the mess. And beneath GoDaddy emails, it'll show you a little coupon usually. Where is it? Of course, this one doesn't have one. Let's look up GoDaddy discount. And you can scroll down. Here we go. So sometimes beneath GoDaddy emails, they'll say use promo code blah, blah, blah in your cart for a nice discount. Like 40% off would be great. So you can even use this one. I won't use it today. It's FBFHPG40B. And then just try to pop that in and save some money. Lastly, on the screen, I will tell you that if you choose 2 years, you'll get a cheaper cost than you would in the second year because the cost of a domain name is a standard $15. And if you pay the 1 year price, you'll get the $8.47 or whatever the discount is. And the next year, you'll pay $15. However, if you pay for 2 years upfront, you might get that discount applied to both years. If we tried 3 years, it's going to be even cheaper in the long run. So the decision you'll have to make is probably just 1 versus 2 years. So you could pay for 2 years upfront at $16.94, which is just $8.47 multiplied by 2. Or you could pay for 1 year, which is $8.47, and then in the second year, you'll most likely pay $15. Price difference there would be $8.47 plus 15 minus $16.94. So it looks like at this point you'd save about $6.53 over the course of 2 years. Now I'm no math genius, but $6.53 is not bad. It's all more money in your pocket. So it's something to consider, but I'm fine with this 1 year registration for now. So I'm just gonna move on. If you haven't set up a GoDaddy account yet, you're going to want to click Register, like so. And then you can set up a new account. You could also continue with Facebook, which is really fast and easy. After you go through this process, then click Create Account, and you'll get to the next screen that we're going to see. I'm just going to click Sign In real quick. So here we are on the GoDaddy order confirmation screen. Just make sure you're only paying for your domain name for the desired term period. Make sure there's nothing extra sitting at the bottom of your cart here. Then you're going to have to enter in your billing information just like you would for any online purchase, like at Apple, eBay, Amazon, or something like that. I already have my credit card in here though, so it's really easy. Once you click complete purchase, you'll take your domain name off the market. You'll be the only person who owns it, and everyone else can come and visit it and see how great it is. Big congratulations if it's your first domain name ever. And if you want to click complete purchase together, let's do it on 3, 2, 1, click. All right. 3, 2, 1, click. All right, they said thank you for your orders. It looks like it went through. We don't want to do this stuff though, because I'm going to show you how to make a website. And plus, this isn't like a real website. It's just like one of the tools that they give you. So let's just click skip and manage domains. All right, so here we are on our list of all your domains. It's looking pretty good. If you just have one domain name, that's really easy then. All right, so now is a good time to take a little tour of GoDaddy and talk about what we're going to use them for and what we're not going to use them for. So we're going to use them for managing our domains with this nice list, and every time you buy a new domain, it will come in here. In a little bit in the tutorial, a little bit later, we're going to click on these 3 dots to edit the settings of the domain name, and that just helps you point the domain to a certain place. So when people visit it, they go to wherever you want. So it gives you control over the domain. You don't want to click on use my domain though, because that takes you down the road of using GoDaddy's pre-made tools, and then you end up having to store everything at GoDaddy. So if we go to the upper nav, we can see we can buy and sell here. DNS is just the same as this little 3 dots. And there's some nice settings. Never click there though, and I've never actually clicked help either. But just so you know, they're there. The main section comes when you click on your name. So this is like the real meat and potatoes. You can click My Products, which will take you to a different display of domains, and this gives you the option to buy other things from GoDaddy. So this is like everything from a larger view, and then you can click Manage All to get back to that list of just the domains. If we click on our name again, we can also click Account Settings. In this section, you can change your name, number, currency, address, so on and so forth. You might have someone work on a website for you and need to give them your PIN. So you could look at that here or change it. And from this section, you can also click on My Products. And you'll get back to this screen. Alright guys, so you just registered your domain name. You're super excited to build the website. And I wanted to just check in and say congrats and introduce you to the next step. Alright, so the tutorial is actually going to step away from GoDaddy now, and we're going to learn how to pick our own web host. Alright, so while, let's jump Leroy. So while GoDaddy offers web hosting, it's advised by a lot of people to get your web hosting and your domain name at different places. And I'll leave you an article on why that's important below in the comments. What a big guy. But the gist of it is that you want to have more control. You don't want to just get your web hosting at a place because you got your domain there, because you might get sick of it altogether and just feel like you're stuck. Now, in the last year's tutorial, I gave an example of the pizza place. So let's say everyone goes out for burgers, but one person wants pizza. And the burger place happens to have pizza on the menu, like at Burger King, or maybe it's connected to a Pizza Hut or something. You gotta ask yourself whether you're gonna like that pizza that just happens to be on the menu. In other words, that hosting that just happens to be on GoDaddy's menu. If you're gonna like that, or if you're gonna like the product more if you drive your car down the road to a good pizza joint and get a fresh pie there. Which is going to be the better result in the long run. And I have another analogy this year, which is that you don't want to live where you work. So sometimes, like when I lived in New York, I was just living there because I worked there, and it just felt convenient. It was like I didn't really have a choice in the matter. I was just like living close to work. I was just like hosting right where I have my domain name. You don't necessarily want to do that long term. If you can, you want to live somewhere like in the mountains or by the lake or out in the suburbs, somewhere relaxing where you can create your work and set up a website and do it for a living and just walk outside and enjoy a good environment. That's what it feels like to me to host a website somewhere other than where I host my domain name. It's just less hectic. There's more freedom, and there's less, crazy stuff going on. GoDaddy's a great place. I've used their services for both. Like, I've used GoDaddy's hosting on client projects, and it's pretty limited. They just get the job done. I've also used HostGator, the web host we're going to use today, on mini projects for several years, and they offer a lot more. They give you tons of free tools. The layout is always really modern, and it's easy to find stuff. They in fact let you install WordPress in, I think, 3 different ways, which are all equally good and all install the same version of WordPress. It's just a matter of how you want to do it, whereas GoDaddy just offers one way. So you really want a place that caters to your needs and lets you relax, create your work in a nice, peaceful setting, and is away from all the madness of a domain name registrar. And that's why I want to help you pick your own web host. Also, the prices for 12 months worth of web hosting are marginally better at HostGator than they are at GoDaddy. It's just a couple pennies, which is not a big deal. But then again, save up those pennies, buy Bitcoin with them, you can become a millionaire someday. So you never know. Overall, I just want to give you the ability to choose a web host which is different from your domain name registrar, so that you can choose the best place for your needs. In my case, that just happens to be HostGator, but if you go with a different web host, the steps should be roughly the same, and I obviously still hope you can follow along just fine. Alright, so that said, let's go ahead and let's take that scary step and register web hosting. Let's do it. Also, if we visit the website we just registered in a new tab, it's going to show up blank, aka the white site, or maybe you'll get an advertisement here, which is even worse. If you don't have hosting, you're going to get the white site. And if people see this, like your friends and family see it, they might know that you're building a website, which is fine. They'll come back later. But if your customers and visitors from Google, for example, see this, it's very bad because they're going to think your site's down or you don't know what you're doing. So no hosting equals white site equals bad. What we need to do now is quickly set up our web hosting so we can put WordPress here, and we're going to do that in the quickest and most affordable way possible, so that we can get your most basic information posted here online and then eventually make it beautiful. Alright, so let's do it. And I have no clue where this estimated value column came from, but it's kind of cool. So to get started with your web hosting and then set up WordPress.org with no coding or anything like that, just bring your mouse up to the URL bar and type in HostGator.com. That's HostGator.com, and hit enter. So why use HostGator? HostGator is one of tons of different companies that focus on web hosting. I just happen to use them for all my blogs and websites, for clients, personal use, etc., etc. And you really could use any number of different sites, but HostGator has some of the best prices. And when it comes to support, they have consistently the best live chat feature. You can click live chat in the upper right and open up a little sort of AIM, like an updated AIM chat window. And you just write in your name, your username, your password, and your type of hosting package. And then they consistently get the quickest, best, and most friendly support. So they'll actually log into your site for you and fix things that are outdated or broken or whatever you need to work on. They also invest a ton of money in providing new web hosting tools like cloud hosting, WordPress hosting, VPS hosting, dedicated hosting, so that you know they're a good place to start and a good place to grow up with. In my case, I started with the web hosting package, and I still manage the blogs that I use to make a living with this simple web hosting package. So, 5, 6, 7 years later, haven't even needed to upgrade. Okay, so let's cut to the chase and set up our WordPress website. You can either click Get Started Now or just click Web Hosting. Now you're going to see the 3 most basic and cheapest plans at HostGator. The cheapest one is the Hatchling, and this is great for one domain name. The only difference between the Hatchling and the Baby is the Baby lets you run multiple domain names like your parents' website, your friend's website, the pizza place down the street's website, so on and so forth. And the business plan is just too many features for us right now. This would be if you're on a corporate budget, but we don't need business right now. So it's between the Hatchling and the Baby, And just because I went with Hatchling when I first signed up for my first site, let's choose Hatchling. This feels good right now. And I eventually upgraded to Baby, so you can, of course, do that at any time through, of course, the live chat. They'll do it for you. If you want, you can also click How do we stack up against the competition, and they'll give you like a nice little pricing comparison and all the other features compared to other competitors. And, you know, hosting's pretty competitive, so they have to really throw down. But for now, let's move forward and click Sign Up on Hatchling. Alright, now you're in the HostGator order form. You're doing a great job. And the first step is to enter in your domain name that we got from GoDaddy. But just kidding, we actually want to put that in. I already own this domain. And that way we will not register it with HostGator because we don't want to pay HostGator for the domain name. If I could type. Alright. Next, make sure just the .com is checked. Alright, we don't want to get sold on any other domain names right now. And come on down to step 2. In step 2, it's time to make sure you have the right package type. So we want Hatchling, which is again the cheapest, most basic plan to set up WordPress. For billing cycle, I'm going to bring it to 12 months, however, because 1 year is really enough time to try out the website and see if you can make some money from it and then not have to think about renewal or anything. I like that 12-month cycle, but of course it's up to you. You will notice that discounts start at 12 months though, so I think it's also a good place to start. See that percentage off number. Now just enter in a username of your choice and a security pin. Alright, so make those nice and secure. Come down, and in step 3, you're going to want to enter in your billing info just like you would for any online purchase like Amazon, eBay, Netflix, anything like that. And then you can choose credit card or PayPal, whatever you're more comfortable with. I like going with credit card so I get the points. Now scroll down, and where it says add additional services, it's actually time to unadd them. So don't use these additional services because you can add them later on through live chat, and we're on a budget. Speaking of budgets, let's move to step 5 now, where we can save a greater amount just by entering my coupon code in right here. So that's going to be big bonus. And once you enter it in, you could enter it in with caps or not. It's not case sensitive. This looks good though. And you can just click validate and watch that discount here go up. The green discount number. Alright, awesome. So entering in big bonus will save you 50%, which is the biggest discount available now at HostGator. Hope that really helps you. I'm going to explain these numbers here in a moment, but just know that that coupon is my coupon. So if you use this coupon, I'll earn a small credit from HostGator at no cost to you, which really helps me keep making free videos, and that way I don't have to, make people pay to take the videos as an online course, or I don't have to put, YouTube advertisements on top of them. So pretty cool. With that in there, we can look at step 6, which is review order details. So we get the support, which is of course free. Account activation, which is free. I don't know what that means. It just means they set up your account for you. Money back guarantee. So you have 45 days if you don't like this purchase or if you don't want to go forward with WordPress. Just let them know. They'll give you your money back. And then Hatchling plan, 12 months, perfect, for 50% off. That would originally be about, whatever this is, like whatever 107 is divided by 12, but now it's just $53.70, which comes out to under $5 a month. So like less than one lunch per month, or one lunch at the deli that you skip and instead, make yourself a nice sandwich and soup and some chips at home instead. All right, so subtotal, yep, we don't have to look at that because we have the discount, and the amount due is the official total. And there you go. So that's pretty cool. I hope you enjoy this. I know I mentioned that HostGator has some of the best prices, but I can't think of any other web host that has better prices at the moment. And I've used a bunch of different ones for different web development projects. So you have my confidence that this is the best price around, and I hope you really like their services because I know I do too. Alright, so I think everything's looking good, especially when you consider that if you hired a professional web developer in your local town to do this, they would charge you hundreds upon hundreds of dollars and probably add this hosting cost in there and make you pay for it too. So when you think of that, you really save a lot doing it yourself, and that's all really awesome. Alright, so congrats on getting this far. Let me know any questions or doubts you still have in the comments, but I'm ready to move forward. So I'm just going to check this box saying I've read the terms of blah, blah, blah. And we can do this part together, which we did at GoDaddy. So on 3, 2, 1, click, we'll check out now. Ready? 3, 2, 1, click. Congratulations and welcome to the HostGator family. When you see this screen, it's now time to check our inboxes. And we can come play around in the HostGator customer portal later on. Back in your email inbox, you should see 2 new emails from HostGator, which are very important and you never ever want to delete. The one we want to open up first is from sales. And when you open this email, you should see 2 pieces of information called first name server and second name server that we're going to use to connect your domain name to your hosting. And it is absolutely necessary. You need to write in your name servers from wherever you host your site in wherever you register your domain name to connect everything and make it work quickly and flawlessly. So let's open up GoDaddy. Now it's time to click on our name, like we talked about, and then click Manage Domains. You might need to log in again, that's fine. Now we'll just choose the domain name we want to use. So I want to use 4-minute website this time, even though we got 6-minute website, just because, 4 comes before 6, and if you can do it in a shorter amount of time, why not? This will be for a future tutorial, a little foreshadowing. So we're just going to scroll down and click on Manage DNS right here. And then in Manage DNS, you're going to see Name Servers, and you want to click Change. And then yours should say Default, so you're going to want to switch it from Default to Custom. And then whatever it says in Name Server 1 right here, you're going to delete it, and you're going to write in the first name server from HostGator. So I like writing it just so I know exactly what it says. It's just ns119.hostgator.com. And I know those were already in there. I'm just going through it so you get all the steps. And then the second one, ns120.hostgator.com. So yours will be different numbers, but it should take the form of .hostgator.com. It just might be a different number right here. Make sure the first one is at the top and the second one is at the bottom. And once you're done and you've made sure that they look just like they should from your email, then click Save. Alright, now it's going to take a little bit of time for your domain name to connect to your hosting because propagation is going on. During this time, servers are updating around the web and telling everyone, hey, Bill or Jane or Bob or Sally made a new website, so we're going to, show it up on their domain name and it's going to go to HostGator and this is what we got to do with it. And that process can take up to 72 hours to fully complete. It's usually a lot less. For me, it only takes about 2 or 3 hours, and it should be a short time period if you're in a busy city with servers that are updating quickly. But there's good news. We've now successfully completed step 2.1 and connected our domain name to our hosting, and we have work to do, which is step 3, install WordPress. And we can do that step right away. So let's do it. Come back to your email, and to begin installing WordPress, we just need to log into our HostGator customer portal. So let's go back and open up that billing email. And you're going to get this nice link that'll say something like HostGator billing portal or HostGator customer portal. They're the same thing. And a nice little password. So we're going to use this information to log in and install WordPress. Alright, so let's copy the password. Remember your email address. Shouldn't be too hard. And click on this link right here. Alright, we're logging into HostGator here for the first time probably. Click Login. Alright, HostGator's probably updated everything and made it nice and pretty for us. So on this front page you can see your account summary and like all the packages you have. So I have a lot of different packages, and we just want to click on hosting right here. If you have any questions about the services or icons or what everything does, just let me know. I've tried out almost everything by now. But right now we just want to move forward and we want to install WordPress. So scroll down and just bring your mouse to where it says Launch QuickInstall and click that. Alright, once you launch QuickInstall, it's going to give you some options for site builders and CMSs, and we want to choose WordPress, a customizable template based on a solution used by, well, I can't read, but it's the free one. This screen's really easy. It's just going to say the latest version of WordPress here, so I'm probably backdating myself because yours will be a higher version, which is awesome. And all we need to do is just select domain for installation. So click on this drop down and you're going to want to find your website. So we can see I've been quite the busy bee with making domains and websites over the years. There we go. Now just leave this directory box completely blank and click next. And we're not going to let a pro do it for us. We're not going to fall for that because this is really easy and we're going to save these costs by doing it ourselves. So just click next. On this screen it's also easy. Just type in a blog title, which you can change later on. Admin user, which you cannot change, so make this something serious that you're going to want to like seeing every day, like your first name. Then write in your first name and your last name and your admin email. Right? So this is information that's going to be set up at WordPress for us by HostGator. You're going to be Greg or whatever you write in right here at WordPress. Now just check this box to agree to terms of service, and it's time to do the first install of WordPress for a lot of us. So we should definitely do this one together and get ready because you're gonna have to know a ton of code and techie stuff and like JavaScript and all. Just kidding, you don't have to know any of that. That's what this button's for. It does it for us. So on 3, we'll do it. Ready? 3, 2, 1, click. 3, 2, 1, click. Congratulations everyone, installation complete, meaning nothing broke. And I know you're going to be really excited and want to click on this link, but don't do that yet because it's going to make this screen go away. And what I need to tell you is that it can take an hour or so for your WordPress files to settle into place. So what I like doing is just going for a hike, getting a snack, taking a little break right now, and then coming back. So I'm going to do that and I'm going to come back in an hour. But first I want to click View My Installs and change our password. So let's do that. If you saw before, the WordPress password was like long and really goofy. So now we can just scroll to our site and we're going to click Reset Password. Now select yourself and enter in a new password which works for you, and we'll click Update Password. Alright, don't hack my sites. Great job. Also, in the meanwhile, you should get an email from WordPress saying that your installation was complete at the HostGator Marketplace. So that's really cool. Congratulations again. And this is where I'm going to leave you guys and go on my nice little hike here. And then we're going to make a WordPress website and create a blog and set up a website with all sorts of amazing content. So can't wait. I'll see you soon. Alright, I hope everyone had a good break. We're now back and we're done with step 3 because it says install complete. So let's check out WordPress and see if it was successfully installed onto our new domain and hosting. And to do that, we just need to click this admin URL right here. Alright, WordPress loaded just fine and we have our login screen. So we can use our username and the password that we created right before our break. If you remember, we changed our password. And we'll click Remember Me, and we'll also click Bookmark in the upper right so that we don't have to type in that WordPress login screen. But if you do need to type it in, it's just yourdomainname.com/ and then you'd write it in like this. I'll show you. It's 4-minute website is mine.com. After the com or whatever yours is, write the /, then write wp-admin. So if you get logged out and you need to get back to the dashboard to make changes, that's what you write. When you click it, it takes you to the login screen. That's how we all do it. All right, so let's log in. Welcome to WordPress if this is your very first time. And no, we don't need help, so you can click this link. I'm pretty sure that just recommends like different themes to use, but we've already picked out all that. So follow me and I'll teach you everything about WordPress and give you a little tour right now. So first we just want to clean up the little promotions here. So like WordPress help is a pretty big industry and they want to help us, but they also want to charge us. So we're going to close all this stuff. Just close anything that I close. And we're going to close this one. And great. All right, so this is the welcome to WordPress message from WordPress themselves. We'll keep this one. We can easily get around with the navigation links, and you can drag and drop things on your dashboard if you want to read about WordPress news or you want to learn about plugins. You can keep certain things here, or if you want to like always know exactly how many posts, pages, and comments you have, this one's a good one. Or you can write a quick draft of a post if you just have a really great idea, you want to get it on virtual paper and save draft, that's good. But honestly, I don't spend much time looking at this screen. Where most of the fun goes on in WordPress and where they want you to go for most of the editing is in appearance. If you hover on appearance with me and click customize. So nearly all themes and WordPress designers are putting everything in this section. And right here you can change things like your logo, colors of your site, and a lot of other great stuff too. If you get something like a premium theme, you might have theme options, and those might be over here somewhere with your own little like theme options logo from the theme developer, but I think we could also see that there's theme options right here. So this is a really great place to do your work. All right, let's go back and X out. That said, if you want to look at the front end of your site, how your readers will see it and how your audience sees it, just click on your site title in the upper left, or you can hover up here and click Visit Site. They'll do the same thing. So that takes you to the front end, as we call it in WordPress land. This is how your site looks now to the world. It's wearing the standard WordPress 2017 theme made by WordPress. And we know that based on the baby cactus and all the layout and all, we've seen this theme a lot because all new WordPress installs this year come with it, almost all of them. And you can click that button again to go back to the dashboard and make some edits. If you click on users on the lower left, you'll see yourself right here. And if you don't have a picture, you can just open up your name, and then you're going to want to connect Gravatar. So it says you can change your profile picture on Gravatar, and then it'll show up here. So just click that link if you want a picture. Follow the directions, and we can also click plugins. So now you have access to thousands upon thousands of free WordPress plugins. You just need to click Add New. Really cool. And yeah, you can just search them right here, like Facebook Lightbox. And go ahead and add, whatever you want to your site. I would recommend running it by at least Google or running it by me before you add a plugin. And there will always be a set of popular or best plugins for whatever you're trying to do. So pretty cool. While we're in plugins, let's finish our tour and let's just start actually building the site. All right, so follow me back to plugins. And our very first step is going to be deleting some of the pre-made plugins here so we all start on the same page. These are all free plugins and you can always get them back through that Add New screen where you're just on. All right, but they do take up space and we don't want some of them right now. So let's go down the list. We're going to activate Akismet because that protects spam. Next, we are gonna deactivate Google Analytics because you can just check an option here, because I'm gonna show you how to set that up manually, which is the better option. All right, and Hello Dolly, that one is already deactivated. Jetpack by WordPress, also we want that deactivated. Mojo Marketplace, we're gonna deactivate. Opt-in Monster, deactivate. And WP Forms Lite, deactivate. Okay, so it's nice that it comes with these plugins, but we don't need them now. And like I said, it takes up space on your site. And with too many plugins, things can load slower. So to officially get rid of them, we actually need to hit delete. You can hit delete, okay. Or better yet, we can just do a bulk delete. So let's check this box in the upper left and remove Akismet because we want that one. And then just go to bulk actions, delete, apply. And we'll zap all of them when we click OK. Good job. Now let's click plugins to refresh the page, and we're all on the same page with our one beautiful little spam protecting plugin. Next, let's change the theme of your website. So like I said, right now, if we click to the front end, and like I said, our site is running the WordPress 2017 theme, which is cool and works and runs well and all. Problem is, a lot of other sites use it, and we want our site to run great and stand out. So we're gonna change it. Before we build too much content and rely on how everything is here, we're gonna change the initial look. So come back to the dashboard and click on Appearance. And when you do that, you'll be taken to the themes library. So our site has 3 themes uploaded into it right now, 2017, 2015, and 2016, the super popular WordPress themes. But we want to look unique, so we'll click Add New Theme right here. Alright, so now you have the power of WordPress themes at your fingertips. Feel free to try out any of these themes. You can just click to open them. And then you can click the blue button to install them. Alright, so you might find some cool ideas. We can X out right here and go back to the theme library. But in the interest of time, I know of a really good theme for businesses, and that's what we're creating. We're going to make a business website with WordPress for any sort of online business you set up. And so I know the name of it. We can just search it, and it's just called Clean Business. And you don't even need to hit anything. It'll just be found automatically through WordPress. And of course, WordPress is going to tempt us with other themes that we don't even know of yet, but look incredibly gorgeous. But we're going to stick to the plan, and we're going to go with Clean Business. So we can just click the blue Install button. This theme is also made by Catch Themes, who made the theme for our 2017 GoDaddy website tutorial. So we know they're really good. And hit Activate. Catch Themes, really great folks. Alright, and now we can click this nice little Visit Site link. And we'll see that our site looks pretty different. Alright, it looks really simple and okay, but we have to actually set up the theme now. So I want to show you how to set up the demo content so that your site has something up and it looks better, and then we're going to basically replace it with all of our own content. Alright, so you might have guessed, we're going to go to Customize now, which is our favorite little designing area. So click Customize. Very good, and now we have more options than before because we just installed a new theme. And first off, I want to come down to Featured Slider right here. And this part's really easy. Just click from disabled to homepage, front page. Alright, and just like that, you have this beautiful stock image slider. Click Publish to save changes. Very nice, and you can scroll down and you get this preview so you can see what the site looks like while you're editing it. That's one reason we love Customize. Alright, now we can go back and then you can click on Featured Content and click Featured Content Options and make that one, instead of disabled, make it homepage, front page. And now when we scroll down, we get the featured content. Alright, so that was pretty easy, wasn't it, guys? And we can just change it up if we want. You can make it 4 columns, keep it 4, and when we make our own stuff, we're going to change it to featured page content, but for now we want to keep the demo featured content, just so it looks good right away. Alright, very cool. We can publish that. Now let's go back to the main level, and let's check site identity. Let's see what's there. So in site identity, we can change our site title, and we can change the tagline, and you can choose what shows up. All right, so if you change 4-minute website, like my cool site, that'll change right here. Of course, I don't want to change that, but you might want to. I already have the name right. And then tagline will show up for some themes, but this theme doesn't use it because we're keeping it clean, and that's good because we're going to actually use a logo here eventually, and we won't need any of this stuff. All right, now we can go back and make sure to publish before you leave. We can also click widgets now right here, and we can change what's in your sidebar. So it usually looks like a standard old blog to have these default pieces of content in there. But if you click widgets, primary sidebar, then we can delete this default content. So we want to remove comments, just click to open. We want to remove archives, click to open, remove, click to open categories, remove, because we don't have this content yet. If we had like a ton of comments, we would show it off, of course, but we don't, not quite yet. And we'll keep recent posts there because we're going to make some blog posts soon. Publish. Very good. And so we're all done and customized. I just want you to create a page now. So let's go back and X out. And we are going to create a page which goes right here, so that instead of your blog posts, people will see a custom page with messages about your business. You know, whether you're a fitness center or a church or a bakery, you want a welcome screen right here, and that's the most professional design these days. And then we're going to put our blog in a different little corner of the website that people can visit and read if they want. Alright, so to set up a new page, which can also be your home page, come up to the top navigation, hover on New, and click Page. Alright, very nice. Now whatever we enter in the title box at the top will show up on our homepage. So we want to write something welcoming or descriptive about the site. In my case, I'm going to go with descriptive and write your website checklist, every step broken down. And that's because this website is going to serve as a tutorial headquarters for people who want to make a website. That's my product, the websites. It's going to give you this little permalink here, which is the URL you'll share if you want to share your post or your page with someone. And now we can bring our mouse down to the main writing area. And let's just write a little welcome note. And just sign it. One little trick is if you want to put the line of text right beneath, instead of having that big space, just hit Shift Enter. And publish. Great job. At the same time, I want to add one more new page, which is going to be our blog page. So we're going to move our blog post to this page. It'll make sense in a second. Just follow me and click Add New. Write in blog or my blog or whatever you want to call it, and click Publish. Alright, now if we visit our site, we won't see any changes. We still have the blog post here, and we want to put that custom page with a nice welcoming message right here. So to change the home page layout so it shows a page, you just need to go back to the dashboard, click on Settings, and then click on Reading, and change it from your homepage displays your latest posts to a static page, and then select home page, the page we just made, or whatever yours is called. Sometimes people just call it front page, whatever you want. And then post page, we're going to change it to blog. Perfect. If it still doesn't make sense, it will in a second. Just save changes. And what we did is told WordPress that on the home page, which is whatever people see when they visit your domain name, it should show this page. And the post page is this page. So if we click back, what we've done is we've put this custom page right here on our home page, and all of the posts have now jumped over to this blog page. We can get there in the upper navigation, and we see our blog posts now live here, and every new blog post you write will also live here. Pretty cool. Great job. So while we're on the topic of our blog, I figured why not write out a few blog posts, because I know that first step you want to take on your new WordPress website / blog, because it really does start as a blog, is just to get writing and to try to get some comments and likes and traffic with your blog posts and put your thoughts down. It's okay, that's what I wanted to do too when I started my first WordPress blog. And I want to give you a few strategies so that you can structure your first 3, let's say, blog posts for the best result possible in terms of traffic and interaction. All right, so to start writing, we want to either go to new post, but I can actually take you back to the dashboard, and we're just going to click on posts right there so we can see what we got. All right, so we just have this introductory post, and it's really cute, but we got to trash it because we don't want people to know that we're like blatantly a WordPress blog. We just want to use WordPress to create an amazing website. Okay, now let's click Add New. All right, and we have our blank post editor. It looks a lot like Pages. However, the difference between the posts and the Pages is that posts show up in different places, usually in a list, and the images can look a little bit different, the featured images, and they might have a few more settings down below. Posts are meant to be pieces of content that you update frequently and add to and create lots and lots of, while Pages are meant to be static content where you create it once and it sort of lasts forever. That's just how WordPress designed it, and if you look at it that way, it kind of helps you rank posts and pages in Google and say the right sorts of things. I'm going to give you 3 posts right now, and in order to start the post, we need an image to sort of picture, no pun intended, what we're going to say in the post. All right, so to get our images, we're going to download all of them right now for the tutorial. I want you to open the Read More link beneath the video on YouTube. I have an example right here. It's just going to look like, Show More. Show More. I should know that by now. Click Show More, and then where it says Download Images, just click on the link. And then click Save. Very good. Now I'm going to open up my Finder, and we're going to see that we just downloaded this images folder somewhere, probably on my hard drive. There it is. So website images.zip is what you'll get. You just need to double click it to unzip it, and it'll just say website images 1 for you. I've just done it twice, and then you double click and open it, and now you get the images that are on the website that we're going to make. So what we saw in the introduction, these are all the images I can give you that will create that website. So we have some really cool stock images from pixabay.com that you can use for any sort of blog post. They should apply across many industries. Our slider images and everything is labeled, of course. All right. So right now we're going to use our blog post images. Again, I got these for free on pixabay.com, and if you want to get them too, just go to Pixabay. It'll take you to the homepage, and just search for a keyword like bridge, and you'll get all sorts of really cool, modern, futuristic images. You just need to create a free account, then you can do the free download and choose a big size so it looks good on your website. All right, so writing our first post is really easy. We just need to start with that featured image because it lets us picture what we're going to say. So in the lower right, click Set Featured Image. Then click Select Files. Now we're going to open up the website images folder, which is in our 3TB hard drive. Open that up, and the first one is going to be the blog post 1, nicely labeled, of the hot air balloon. So we're going to open it. Now it's on our site, and click Set Featured Image. Alright, now you won't see that in the post, it will just be above the post. I'll show you in a second once we're done writing the blog post. So we need a title in mind, and the first strategy I like using on a new blog, I start a lot of blogs, is just to say welcome to, and then whatever your blog is called, so the 4-minute website, and then something, a little bit different. So we're going to say rising above the pack. because we are trying to provide better tutorials and better demos than the other guys. I don't know anyone who makes a tutorial every day for free, just saying. And also, you know, you're rising above the pack by starting your blog in whatever niche you are, and we want to inspire readers right away and let them know that we're going to do things better than everyone else. We can brag because we're all just here together, right? But don't tell our competitors about this. All right, now we need to write out an amazing blog post, but we don't exactly have time to do all that. So I'm going to visit Pan Ipsum, where we can get some amazing demo text. You can choose whatever kind of text you're looking for, like compound words or common misspellings or coffee, which would be pretty appropriate. So maybe you can choose both of them and then click Generate Ipsum, and it'll get us this nice demo text for free, of course. We can come back, and don't hate me for not having enough time to write out every blog post, because this actually takes me about 6 hours per post, and that you see on my blog, Dear Blogger. And I don't think we have 6 hours here for anyone to sit through. That said, I will tell you that a good way of structuring a blog post is to start with a problem. So you address, like, you know, what's wrong in your niche, your environment, and then you make the problem seem really terrible. That's step 2. And then you provide a solution to the problem, and then you provide some proof that you know what you're talking about, and at the end you write in a call to action. That's called direct response copywriting. That's what a lot of blogs that have gotten a lot of traffic and comments over the years use, and I only know a few of you will listen to that, so hope it helps you guys. You can, of course, use the post editor to change everything you want here. You can easily create links by clicking on this chain link and then typing in a link, or you can just copy paste it in. Very cool. You can create headers easily as well. Just separate your text, click paragraph, and choose heading 2 is how I like to do my headers. And of course, you can bold and italics, whatever you want to do. You can also create lists from your post. And a lot of these tools are very similar to Microsoft Word, which I hope a lot of you have used. To get the full set of tools, click toggle toolbar. Highlight your words and click on the bulleted or the numbered list. Really easy. To create a quote, section off some text, highlight the text, and click on the quote icons. Now you'll get a block quote with whatever style our theme has deemed necessary. And last but not least, you can add an image to a block of text just by putting your cursor where you want the image, like maybe right here at the start of commonalization. Click Add Media. Now just find the image you want. So maybe we'll click Upload Files, Select Files, and we'll get a nice image from our folder here. So we can get the About one of me if we want. When you upload an image directly into a post, you can get the attachment display settings on the right. So you can choose which way it floats, like left or right. So in our case, right is pretty good. You can link this image to something like a custom URL if you're maybe making a button or an advertisement or something like that. And you can choose the size of the image. I usually like going with large. Now click Insert in a Post. And what you want to do if it doesn't look good, it doesn't look good at all, is just click it and drag it in like that. And now you can size your image perfectly. You can also add a caption by clicking on it, clicking the pencil icon, and writing in a caption. And clicking Update. Alright, so that is the basics behind making a new post. It's always good to click a category too. When you categorize your posts, it makes them more findable by Google as well as by your readers. So we can make these updates as well as how to start a blog, because that's what we're talking about. And maybe even also how to make a website. Add new category, but you could write categories like nature or fitness or weightlifting. Tags, on the other hand, are more specific. So if your categories are desserts, your tags are brownies, cookies, chocolate, pumpkin pie, you name it. Once you're happy with your post, just click publish. I hope that was a decent demo of the WordPress post editor. And finally, you can click View Post to see what you created. All right, and you'll see your beautiful content as it sits. We already have comments enabled, so that's really cool. If you don't see the featured images above your post, we just need to click Customize, and now click Theme Options, and then click Layout Options, and change the single page post image layout to the Clean Business featured option, 728 by 410, and click Publish. And now you'll get your featured image right there, and of course it follows along with our title. We're rising above the pack like hot air balloons. Alright, congrats on your first post. Let's close out of here, and let's add 2 more posts to the blog, so we have 3 like we promised. We can just hover on New and click Post. And like we started before, click Set Featured Image, Upload Files, Select Files. The second one is Blog Post 2, Amsterdam at Night. We'll click Open. And I hope these images, again, are applicable to any niche that you choose. They're some of my favorite images from Pixabay. Set Featured Image. And you should be good to go to write this new post. I can just use some demo content again. Remember what we talked about direct response copywriting, but that's the last time I'll remind you because it's a valuable piece of information. Your post number 2 should be something controversial that shakes up your niche. And I really do mean this stuff. I'm not just making these strategies up out of nowhere. They've worked well over time for me, of course. So this one is going to be called Why Writing at Night with a Good View Produces Better Quality Content. Cool. Shaking it up. Now we just need to choose the categories, like how to start a blog, how to make a website. Maybe one more category of writing great content. Very good. Click Add New. And now we're all set to publish. So now this post would rank in Google for things like writing at night or quality content maybe. You get the picture. Let's click Add New one more time and make our 3rd post, which according to our strategies should be an ultimate guide. So this post is going to be, well, we'll get the featured image first just to be consistent. Click Set Featured Image, Upload Files, Select Files. Now we're going to choose Blog Post 3, Camera Laptop. You can also double click it. And click Set Featured Image. And this post is going to be called The Ultimate Guide to Taking Photos for Your Blog. Perfectly evergreen. People are always going to want to take photos for your blog. And if you do a great job of this post and do a better job of other people that are writing about it, this post will rank in Google over time and bring your blog a ton of traffic and success. We just need one more new category, which could be photography, along with how to start a blog. So you can see how blending categories really does describe your post accurately. And now we'll just click Publish. Alright guys, so your blog is now looking great. You have 3 new posts and you know what types of posts to write. If we click View Post and then click Blog, we can see we have a nice little stack of blog posts here for our readers to consume, when they're spending their afternoons reading your blog. Alright, there's one piece of the blog post that I don't like. I like almost everything, but if we click on the links, we can see that the URLs for your blog posts include this annoying little index, PHP, and date, and we only want the keywords because Google likes simple. So what we want to do is go back to the dashboard and hover on settings and click on permalinks and just choose post name. Super easy. So you can choose the other ones, but they're really out of style now. Everyone pretty much uses post name. And click Save Changes. That'll make your post Google friendly from the start. Now go back. And we can see that we have some blog posts here in recent posts. And when we click them, the links will look nice and clean, and Google will love that. Great job. Alright guys, so our blog is done for now. It's looking good. But the majority of our business website here consists of pages. We're going to put pages in the navigation menu up here. If we click back to the home page by clicking on the logo, we're going to put pages right here in these 4 featured boxes, and we already have our first page right here. Pages even dictate what goes in the image slider. So let's get back to creating all the pages our site needs. All right, we can come to the dashboard. That's right, Leroy, we're working away. And then we can click on pages. All right, and while we're at it, let's delete the sample page. Just click trash. And now we can click add new. And by the way, if you're ever stuck on what to call a page or the design or the text, you can just visit 4minutewebsite.com and you can use the designs that I've already set up here for us. All right, so the first page we want is this welcome page. Then we're going to do our simple process, contact us, and then these 4 pages right here. All right, which could of course talk about your process. Maybe you're collecting donations, you want them to sign up and then call you and then donate, or you're having a recipe where they bake and then, cook and season. Like I said, I'm no chef, but that's where you include the process of your business and what you want people to go through. Like if it's a gym, investment firm, you need steps to help your customers. All right, so let's go back to that new page, and we're just going to call this one Welcome to the 4-minute website. All right, I have some content stored in a Microsoft Word doc that we're going to drop in here, but you probably have your own content to write in, so we can skip that for now and just go to set featured image. This part's important because this will go in the featured image slider. So click that button, and now click upload files, select, and we're going to grab our handy dandy little folder. So that's the website images. All right, and for this one we just want the first slider, slider 1, color sides. Click open and set featured image, and you'll notice that this is one of the demo images from the Clean Business Catch theme originally. Super cool for all sorts of niches like writing, designing, blogging, marketing, you name it. Okay, now we need some text for this page, and because we're going to use this page to create our featured image slider right here, it's important how we organize the text, because we want it to say this and not like a ton of text. All right, so I'm just going to copy the text from the demo site, come back and paste. Very good. Now I'm going to get some lorem ipsum here just to show you how your other page text goes in there. All right, lorem ipsum, usually like getting this paragraph here, sort of the standard for designers. And now let's come back and hit enter a couple times to make some spaces. Actually, just one time is enough, and then paste. All right, great. Now the last thing we need here is just a line break. So put your mouse after the first sentence, and then click on this little button here that looks like a kind of robotic hamburger. Great. Now you're going to get this little break. What this dotted line says is on the home page, it says cut the text off after that point, and the dotted line is just like an imaginary separator. Cool, so let's publish this page, and now let's make another one because our slider has 2 pages and 2 images, just 2, and you could do more. So now we're going to make this page slash slider. So let's click add new. And we're going to title this one over 5,000 websites created. I can't believe it. I'm very honored and humbled, and thanks so much to you guys, of course. And we're going to do the text from this page. It's just a little subheader. Command copy. Paste it in there. Hit line break. Let's grab some lorem ipsum. Command copy. And command paste. Cool. Make sure to set featured image here. Upload files, select files, and we're going to grab that slider 2 from the demo Clean Business theme. Just double click it, we'll open it. And now set featured image. All right, So we can publish this page now. And what we've done is created 2 pages, but we've also created 2 templates for our image slider. So if we visit the home page, it's just going to show the demo slider right here. So the slider is not our slider, it's what the theme came with, although it looks very similar. To create our own slider using those pages that we just created, click on Customize, Featured Slider, and under Select Slider Type, change it from Demo Featured Slider to Featured Page Slider. Publish. Alright, and it's going to understand that we want to use our own pages and that content that we just wrote. But we also have to limit the pages on here, otherwise it's going to try to get all of our pages, which you might want. You might want like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 slides. You can totally do that. But in this case, we just want to set featured page 1 to our welcome page and featured page 2 as the over 5,000 websites created. I know that might be a lot to process because we're learning it quickly, but all we're doing is assigning a page to the first slide right here and a page that we made to the second slide. And then it's going to grab the content from those pages and put them in the slider. Alright, and we can also change this number to 2. And we can change the timing here, give people a little more time to read our headlines, and click Publish. Now when we X out, go to the site, our slider should be working perfectly. We have the content we wrote, and it takes a little bit longer so people can read the full message. Next, we need to put the pages we made in a real navigation menu at the top. This is not a real menu. This is just WordPress guessing what pages we might want in our menu. Even though it works, we want to make this menu look exactly how we want. So let's do it. To create a menu, come to the dashboard and hover on Appearance and click Menus. Great job. Now we just need to click Create a New Menu. Give your menu a name. Simple is always best. And click Create Menu. Now we just need to add some page tabs from the left into the menu structure on the right. Alright, so we can do that. We can add blog, welcome, and over 5,000, and click Add to Menu. And they'll come in on the right. We also want to create a homepage link, which is a custom link. To do that, click Custom Links, and then just open up your website with the right click, open link in new tab, and we're going to get the domain name of the homepage. Copy that, come back in and just paste that in over the URL here. And for link text, write home and click Add to Menu. We can drag that to the first position, and we can also easily retitle these menu tabs so that they don't say so much. It's like a lot of text up here right now. So we just want to limit what that says and make it simple. So we can change over 5,000 to our process and close that one and change welcome blah 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 to just welcome. Close that, and blog looks fine. I want to drag welcome up too. If you want to create a drop down menu, that's really easy. Just indent these items and then they'll fall under the welcome tab. Once your menu looks perfect, just choose the display location here, and we can just choose primary menu, that's our only option, and click Save Menu. And by doing that, you will have created your first menu. When you refresh your homepage, it's going to look different and a lot cleaner in the top. Of course it works too. Great job. We're going to quickly add a contact page to that menu just by hovering on New, clicking Page, Contact Us, caps lock, publish it. And now if we refresh the menus page, it'll pick up our new page. You can just choose it, Add to Menu, and Save Menu. And when we view the site, you can see how easy it is to add new page tabs to the menu. So we have a menu that helps people navigate the site now. We have 2 image sliders with messages that welcome people and tell them a little bit about us. And they can click Read More and find out more. And going down, we want to set up this featured content area to really get people into your services. Whatever it is you're selling or offering people, this is the place to tell them about that. And we're doing this in a top to bottom flow so that you can sort of control the experience that your visitors have, what they see first, second, third, so forth. All right, just a typical web designer sort of flow. So to set up your featured boxes area here, you might have guessed it, we're just going to create even more pages, and they're going to replace these demo pages. Those aren't even real pages, they just look pretty. Okay, so let's go back to the dashboard and pages. Add new. And we're going to create these pages right here that will tell people about the process that they should go through to use your products or join your brand in whatever way you want them to. All right, and I'm just going to open up one of these demo pages we made to show you how the page is set up, and then we can quickly create all of them and set them up on the home page. Let's click Edit Page. All right, and we have our step 1, register a great domain name, which you've already done. We have a tutorial inside a tutorial here. And when we click the visual tab, we can see the text we wrote. All right, so we can just copy all this stuff. We just need the title, Command Copy, Command Paste, and we need the text. While we're at it, why don't we close some of these links up top, make it easier for us. All right, and some demo text. Although this is actually real text that the website will include once it's being used to make 4-minute websites. And we're gonna do the little line break here. And then just grab the other text. Easy to copy and easy to paste in. You can see our mouse is right here on the line break, so hit enter and paste. All right, and you can see my strategy is to tell people what to do here and then a quick link to follow. And then we're gonna include full written steps coming soon. And this is just to warm up some. All right, so even if you're not completely done with your site, you can make it look professional enough that people will follow your steps you want them to and not be offended or confused by it looking like a mess. All right, now click Set Featured Image. Upload files, select files from our website images 2 folder, and just choose the thumbnail for Register Amazing Domain Name. Double click and click Set Featured Image. That should be good. We can leave all the other settings the same. Just click Publish. All right, so I'm gonna speed the video up to save you guys time and just create the other 4 featured boxes here using the same strategy. A title with the number in it, then some guidelines for what people should do, a link to click, and then the coming soon text. All right, so I'm gonna speed that up right now. Okay, we've now set up 4 pages to be used in our featured boxes, and of course these pages tell people about our brand, about our process, what we're all about, and what they should do using our website. Alright, so I hope that helps you build your own user experience. For now, we just need to go back to the home page and we need to replace this demo content because now we're armed with our own featured content. To do that, you can just click on Customize, and featured content now. Let's bring our preview area down so we can see what we're doing. Then click featured content options. And we're going to change it from demo featured content to featured page content. Sweet. So it's going to try to grab all of our pages, but now we just need to tell it to only choose the pages we want. Change this number, if it's not 4, to 4, and then publish it. You just have to do that to get that featured page number 4 to show up. You might need to refresh as well. And go back to featured content options. Perfect. Now we have 4 pages, and you just need to hit the drop down and choose. It's really easy with those numbers at the front of the title. Just choose your 4 featured pages, which will guide people through the user experience on your website and exactly what they should do with your site. With that done, we'll see our boxes are now perfectly inserted And it shows the right amount of text because we use that read more line break in the pages, because we put in this little more line. That's how the front page knows to stop the text right here. I think someone is interior decorating in the apartment right above me. Apologies for that. And we're gonna just do a couple more things here because we need to change the headline text that goes above it. And we can actually just write that in with our own content. So that'll be, let's get started. You might want to write a lot here, and you can, but keep in mind that people's attention spans are shorter than ever these days, and you want to just get them going with a simple message. Perfect. Now publish. And when we exit, we can see that we're all done with our featured boxes. Great work. Excellent job, everyone. All right, next, to insert social media buttons on your website, like Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, LinkedIn, etc., etc. You can do that just by clicking Customize. And we're gonna put those social media buttons in the sidebar. So we could just go to social links right here and just fill in your links, and then they'll come in right here in the sidebar, right above recent posts. So that's really easy. If you know the links, you can type them out, and this will connect your website to social media. So we have our Dear Blogger page where we offer more free WordPress and blogging help. I think Twitter has that S in it. And it might take a little time, so I recommend the copy paste method. And then if we publish a couple of those, then looks like we need to actually insert that widget in the sidebar, so we'll do that after we get our links in here. So maybe we also want YouTube, of course. And I'll get my Instagram. I don't post a ton on Instagram, but I know a lot of you guys do. You food bloggers and fashion bloggers can really get website traffic through Instagram. Paste that, and one more just so it goes across the sidebar. 5 is a really good number. So I'll get Google+. All right. That really long number that became my custom plus Greg Narayan link. And there we go. Make sure to publish. Now we can go back and click widgets, primary sidebar, add a widget, and we'll just choose our CT social icons that Catch Theme set up for us. And give it a title. Connect with us on social media. You might of course have something more clever, but it's a good start. And publish. And now when we scroll down, we have our nice social buttons right here, and you can easily drag them up higher if you want people to see them. Now they can click, and we can test them out. So, oops, it says we need to save and publish. Okay. So sometimes you might X out unintentionally, and then you have to just go back and reposition something or redo the change. It's not a good idea generally to hit the back button in WordPress because it gets a little bit confused. So now people can click your links and they'll automatically open a new tab, take people to your social pages, and they can like and comment and get to know you, get to know your brand. So it's all really cool. All right, next up, I just want to add the Facebook page plugin on our site, also known as a like box or a page banner. There are a million different kinds of social media you can put in on your site. This is just a good start. And you can ask in the comments below and we'll help you add any other sorts of like widgets or banners that you see. So just Google Facebook page plugin, that's what it's called, and click the first link. This is something we do in every tutorial. It just gets the like box and, you know, all the little faces who like you in front of your audience. So you just need to put in your page URL or create a page if you haven't. It's all free and easy. You can just Google create Facebook page and follow the steps. And now we'll just copy the link. And by the way, you can, you know, like change how it looks. so you don't have to actually do the coding. But the default settings are really good. And actually, you don't copy that link. Sorry, you just want to click Get Code when you're ready. And now we can just grab the second piece of code right here, copy that, and come back to our site, customize, widgets, primary sidebar, add a widget, and because we're pasting in some custom HTML from Facebook, click on the custom HTML box, and then we'll just paste it in. You don't have to write anything, you just paste it. And let's say join our Facebook community. It'll automatically capitalize that text. So just doing that will give you this little link, which is pretty bad. We want the full box. So let's publish it. And now we have to do one more step back in our dashboard. So let's X out and click to the dashboard. And now click plugins, add new, and look up insert headers and footers, which is by a really cool guy named WP Beginner, Balki. Really great dude, you should check out his work. Just install insert headers and footers, and the idea here is we're gonna use this plugin to paste in some Facebook code. Click activate. So we don't need to actually know the code or know anything about it, we just put it in here and then it works on our site. So now hover on settings and your site got a little more powerful because we have this little new tab, insert headers and footers, click that. And it says scripts and header, scripts and footer. So this is where you'll paste in code from Google Analytics, from Facebook, other sites too. You just have to get the right code, which is this part that says div ID equals root div. So click once, copy, and back on the site, just paste it in. Google fonts go up here too, and I can walk you through all that if you want. Just ask and save. And so now when we view the site, Facebook will communicate with your site and with WordPress, and it'll say, oh, we'll show that nice little page plugin, and people can like your posts right from there in line with your content without leaving your website. Okie doke. So now I think it's time to get you a logo for your site. So we can replace this text with a pretty icon, some colors, maybe some more text, whatever you want. And in the process, we'll learn how to get the icons that are on our homepage that can really explain your brand and, add that little extra bit of pop to your pages. All right, so I can't give you these logos in the images file because they come from a specific site, but the good news is they are free, and the icons and logos come from the same site, which is logomaker.com. So visit with me, logomakr.com, without the E, just logomaker. All right, and once you're here, just click away, although you could also have them help you do it. And we're just gonna start by searching over 1 million graphics. So I know that I wanted a computer with coffee in it, and you can do like multiple keyword searches. They really do have millions upon millions of icons. You're gonna have a lot of fun. I'd love to, give you some ideas or talk about which icons are best with you. Super cool. Like this is like 90s, and then you have these like futuristic mouses, color. But I know I want this iMac with a coffee cup because that's totally me. That's actually the exact position of my desk right now. Alright, so I just clicked the icon to bring it onto the canvas, and now you can click and drag it. You can of course click and resize it. Alright, don't go too big though, although it should readjust and stay high quality, no matter how big you want it. So something like maybe a width of about 250. Perfect. To change the color, just make sure you've selected it, and then drag the color wheel around. Perfect. To add text, you can click on the T and then just literally start typing. And then you can click and drag. And it will line up perfectly or to a different part of the image using those helpful little guideline sticks. You can change the font category at the top, like handwriting, and then also change the font itself. So that gives you a ton of options to meet any sort of business website you're going to create in virtually any niche. To make the text match the color of the icon or vice versa, just find the right color you want, like maybe it's an orange, like a dark orange. Then just double click down here and copy the color hex. And then you can select the item you want to change the color on and just double click and paste in that new color hex. And you can hit enter. If it doesn't work, usually it works right away. You can also find the color hexes of virtually any sort of color or logo or image you see on the web. If you take a screenshot of a logo, so for example, say you're in Google Images looking up, abstract logos, getting some inspiration here from Google Images, and maybe you see like a really cool pattern you want to use, like this one or something. If you want to know the exact color, for example, of this like purple, you could just screenshot this and then upload it to a site like pixlr.com, which we won't use now, but we've done it in the past. You could upload it to Pixlr and then just use the eyedropper, for example, just to determine any exact color. Let's get rid of this text here because we're not making Dear Blogger, and let's just make this white because that'll look really good on our slider images. So I'm just going to make it white, and when you're ready to take it, click crop in the lower right, and now click save in the upper right. Alright, now we usually like going with option 2, however you could buy the logo outright if you have a budget, or if you're doing this for a client, that might be best. But what I like doing is just clicking on paste this code, and it'll copy the credits, and then you can just click download and agree to give credit. So what you have to do is click on the social media buttons below to share, so just click around on these buttons to share it, and then you have to paste in this code on your site, which we'll do. We're just going to download it first so we don't forget about it, and call it logo coffee comp version 1 and save it. Alright, so after you share it on social media, then come back to your site and just quickly create a new page, and just call this something like credits and paste in the credits in the text tab, just so you remember, and that way it's on your site and you can publish this page later to give credit. But I like just publishing it now, in fact, because then it's live and we are technically giving credit, and then now we haven't put it in the menu yet, but it's still live. And we can link it in the footer later on. To upload the logo to your site, come back to Customize. And now we're going to click Site Identity. And now you have a logo that you can select. So brand new logo, didn't even need to use Fiverr or hire a designer or pay anything. Click Upload, select Files. Grab the logo of our choosing. Alright, and then select it. I like skipping the cropping because we don't want to lose any of the image, and it's going to be like really big right away, unfortunately, but I'm going to show you how to shrink it. Just before you do that, make sure we get rid of the site title and tagline. Uncheck that box. Just the logo. Cool. Now publish it. Now go back and come down and let's click on additional CSS for the first time. And when you're here, we can write out custom CSS, which will make the site look differently. It's good for changing colors, borders, widths, locations of things, what have you. So I'm going to show you how to write potentially your first CSS ever. And it's really easy. Just I'll zoom in so you can see it and just follow along. And we're going to shrink the logo with some custom CSS. So start with a pound sign and then write site-logo, which will select the logo. So now we're targeting this area. And don't worry if you don't know CSS yet, because I didn't know it for a while and I just picked it up by needing to use it like this, and then I learned a lot of it later. Write the open alligator bracket and then hit enter. It gives us the closing bracket already. And now just write width, colon, 30%, semicolon. And you can see we shrunk the logo right away. So once you get the code right like this, you can just change the number if you want to make it bigger, smaller, but I know that 30% will look good because it lines up with our navigation bar. And then just publish. And so this is a way to shrink the logo without losing the file quality and without having it be blurry. So we kind of got around that little problem right there. If you just shrunk it using a different website, then it might come out blurry, but now we know it looks good. We can X out. Perfect, we got a great logo. Alright, so we're gonna download some more icons so that, again, we can create that awesome awesome little landing page with the plane and the www and so on and so forth. And I can show you how to do that right now on Pixlr, but we already kind of covered how to do a logo, and it's the same process, so I'll just show you how to get another icon. We would X out, and then I like just visiting the site again so it clears our canvas. Click away, and then just do a search for airplane. And we can find our little guy here, or girl, and choose them. And now we're just going to go with the simple like primary, secondary color scheme. Green, like a little bit darker. Perfect. Click crop in the lower right. Now click save. Make sure to click this link to get the credits code, and if you keep this page open on your site, then you can easily click edit and just drop in the credits, and it's really easy to give credit properly, and then you'll be copyright compliant. I usually like making a little note for myself, like airplane man, and then this one was coffee comp. You get the picture. And update. Now download, and we'll title this guy save it, and now we can just bring that over to our home page. And what I'm going to do with you guys is just start designing this landing page, which is going to go right here so that it looks really nice like this. And of course, I've already written the text. You just need to learn how to get an icon in the page or get a logo in the page. Alright, so to create a nice landing page like this for your home page, where you can explain what your business is all about and the steps people need to take in written form, or just introduce yourself or talk about your mission statement, whatever you want to do, we just need to go to the page itself. So we're just going to go to the home page, and you can click edit page because this will get us to that section down below. We can see it says welcome to our new website, hope you like it, it's under construction now, and that is in fact our home page. Alright, so we're just going to edit this section right here. So back to edit page. Alright, now so the first thing we need is some text, and I've already written that out. I like just being as personable as you want, and briefly describing your experience and the problems you're trying to answer with your business, and then get into like what people can get out of it and how you give value. That's really what people are on your site for, is to get something, and if you can give that to them as quick as possible, you will be more successful than others in your niche. So just copy it. Oops, that's the wrong page. And we're just gonna write over this demo text. Alright. You can see we're in the text tab here as opposed to visual. So visual looks a lot like Microsoft Word, whereas text is just the raw HTML, they call it. It's just all this one font, and it's literally just like symbols and letters and stuff like that. Whatever you prefer editing in. I think visual will probably be better for us though. So that's good. Now we can click add media to get our image. Just make sure your mouse is where you want the image to go. Add media. And we have uploaded the picture of ourselves. You can change the size, but we're actually just going to drag it to be smaller, so any size is good. I like large. And let's align it to the left. And insert. Alright, so this is way too big. People don't need to see that much of us, so we can just click in the corners and drag it in, just like we did on Logo Maker. Alright, super cool. You can also move the alignment just by clicking these squares. So, a little bit of trial and error will it'll have you being a pro in WordPress in no time, and you will make a website that really stands out. To add a caption, just click on the image and click Edit Pencil. Just write in the caption. So I like being, explanatory and brief, but if you have a clever joke, then by all means, captions are good for jokes. And update. All right, cool. We can also make that italics to, because it's a location. Boom. All right, so let's get our demo text for the second portion, which goes all the way from background to explaining step 1, 2, 3, and 4 of how to make a WordPress website in 4 minutes. Copy that, and we're gonna come back and hit enter and then paste. So it's gonna grab the logos if you just copy it like I did from a web page, and you might want them and you might not. So assuming you don't want them, I'm gonna delete them and show you how to add your own in. All right, so let's bring our mouse over to the left of the S on step 1 and click Add Media and upload and select, and we're gonna select that unique little icon that we just got from Logo Maker, or you can use the airplane man or woman and all the other ones too. All right, once it uploads, just keep the alignment on left, link to none, or you could link it to like a different part of your site if you want it to be clickable, and size large is good, and insert in the page. All right, so let's click it and drag it down. And we can see our landing page is really coming to life now. And now let's get another one for step 2, and I'll show you how to make them, line up perfectly. So for this one, we just need the little www man. So just another way to get images is you can also right click and save image as on the web, and then you can quickly get an exact image. Just make sure you give credit where credit is due. Save it, and we're good. Now back on our site, let's upload the second icon. So leave that mouse by step 2, add media, upload files, select files. And we'll bring in domain name man. Once again, insert into page and drag them in. All right, so pretty easy to repeat this process, but if you want your images to line up perfectly, I'll show you one trick. You can go to the text tab, because we see there's like a little bit more of the domain name person than the plane right here. So go to the text tab. And now you just need to find the HTML for the image, which is actually already highlighted right now. And then you can edit the image's width or its height. So in our case, I can change the width to an even 150. And that'll change the airplane man. I go back to visual, click on domain name person, go to text, and it'll be highlighted, and we can just change the width there too. Just make sure you keep those quotation marks in there and don't change anything you don't mean to. And then go back to visual, and now they'll be lined up perfectly. So what I'm gonna do now is just copy the entire landing page from our demo site and paste it in here just to save us all some time and speed up the tutorial. So let's go to our demo site and get to the dashboard. And that's just another way to get to the dashboard if you want. You can write in WP admin if you're logged in. Pages, front page, click text, and I'm going to do a Command A, Command C, come back to our site and go to the text tab and do a little Command A, Command V. So that's a great way to copy or transfer content from one site to the other. If you copy it from the text tab to the text tab, you will get everything exactly as it was on the other page. Visual, sometimes the fonts or the little symbols don't copy. That's why I like doing the text tab. And update. All right, so no need to do that work twice. When we view page, we have a nice looking little landing page. All right, the site's really coming together. Great job. Alright guys and gals, at this point we really only have 3 steps left to finish our site. We have to create the Contact Us page and then add some testimonials to your sidebar, and then we have to design the footer and then just do a couple little design things, and then we're all done. You can get rid of me and you don't have to listen to me babble on anymore. To create our Contact Us page, let's first just click it and see what we have there. Alright, so just a blank page with that header image. So that's pretty cool. If you want to get rid of the header image, just go to Customize. And now click Header Image. And you can add a new image here or just hide it altogether. You can also do multiple header images and then randomize them. So like it'll show up differently each time you visit this page, or Clicking randomize will remove that image, and then you just need to click add new image, choose an image, and you can click select and crop, and then it'll give you this nice little header portion. So you can choose exactly what to show, crop it. And yeah, and then you can click add new image again and do it again. And that's how you can randomize these different images. Alright, but in our case, we want to just disable this box so people can see our crucial information above the fold in the top 50% of the website and not some random image. So let's click disabled and publish. And X out. Alright, now we can just edit the Contact Us page. And I'm going to show you how easy it is to use the power of the web to create an amazing page when you create a website. And you really don't have to do much work at all if you know where to go to get your resources. Alright, so let's start out with our page. Let's click Visual. And let's just write out the basic information for a contact page. Like email, phone, and address. Alright, so email is just my email, greg@dearblogger.org. You can insert your phone number right here. And then address, and I'm just going to go to Google, and I'm going to get the Chelsea Market address because that's where I used to work. I think they still kept my office space there, although I should probably go check on that. And I'm just going to grab the address from Google. Alright, so you can find me there sometimes. Probably post on Twitter if I'm there. Paste it. Great. Now let's just add some styling. I'm hitting Command B to bold it. And we can just hit Shift Enter to tighten up those spaces. Shift Enter. Now full enter, and now we want a map. Alright, so let's go back to Google and let's click on the map that automatically shows up. To embed a Google map on your new website, just click Share and Embed. Cool, and it's going to give you this nice little iframe at the top. So we just want to copy this entire piece of iframe Google code. Right click, copy. Back on our page, we can try to just paste it in, but it's not going to like it because it's a piece of code. So we have to go to the text tab, and then this is just a blank space. That's what NBSP means right there. And then we'll just paste over that blank space, and now when we go back to visual, now we have a map. How easy is that? And we can hit enter again, and we're going to put in a contact form lastly. Alright, so we need to get a plugin for the contact form. Let's update our page for now. Save our work. And while we're at it, I'm also just going to close like all these tabs because that's way too much going on. Keep it simple. Great, should have done that before, sorry about that. Now click plugins. And we're just adding plugins as we need them, which is pretty much how most bloggers and web designers do it. Click add new. And look up contact form 7, which is by far the most popular contact form. It's this one with the little mountain. And install now. And activate. Now it's super easy. Literally all you need to do is click settings, and you can just copy this short code. They set you up with one demo contact form, which works great. Just go back to pages, contact us, go to the text tab and just paste in, I don't know why they keep making this little NBSP space, but just paste in that short code and give it some space. Perfect. All right, lastly, to link our email, so when someone clicks your email, then it opens up in their email client like Gmail. Just highlight the text for the email and click link. And WordPress knows it's a mail to link, so you're all set. Just click add link. Perfect. And update. All right, now let's see what we made. And we're gonna see we have this nice little professional contact page with the most important information at the top, and then the map so someone can stop by and visit your studio, or attend one of your seminars, collaborate with you on a project, buy one of your pieces of equipment, whatever it is you want them to do. It's really easy, and they can zoom and interact with it just like a Google map. And beneath that, we have this perfect looking contact form with the colors of our website from contact form 7. When someone enters in their name and email and a subject, and when someone clicks send, it'll say thank you for your message, it has been sent, and then you'll just open up your email in the morning and you'll see that nice message, hopefully. So here it is. Perfect, there's the message. And if it's in spam, just make sure to tell your audience that they should check their spam folders too, and also whitelist emails from your email. To do that, they would just click settings, filters and blocked addresses, and then create a new filter. And then in the from list, someone could just enter in your domain name. Just like that. Then click create filter with this search. And say when a message arrives matches this search. You could do star it and or never send it to spam. Or get more specific if you want, and then create filter. So that's how to whitelist email addresses from your domain name. Alright, super cool. So you can of course take your contact page any direction you want. You can make it fancy or simple. Whatever you want to do, I'm happy to help. Alright, next up I want to show you guys how to insert reviews or testimonials onto your site so that you can build a website that gets social proof and gets a lot of fan appreciation, and you can show that off in your sidebar, on pages, in your footer, and also how to set up a nice little form just like the contact form where people can enter in reviews and testimonials while you're away from the site and publish them to you. Alright, so it's really cool. We're going to use a new plugin, and it's one of the newest, hottest plugins I've ever found. So let's check it out. Just come back to your dashboard and hover on plugins and click add new. And do a search for strong testimonials. And it's going to be this one with the purple quotes by Chris Dillon. Big thanks to Chris. Just click install now. And activate. This is really cool. Your site's going to get reviews just like Amazon, eBay, Casper.com. Any of these sites that offer new products rely on customer reviews, and I want your business website to take power of reviews too. So we can read about strong testimonials on this landing page if you want. It's really cool, but I'll just show you how to use it right out of the box now. All you need to do to set up your own testimonials is just go to all testimonials. And we're going to see a list of 4 of them I made previously. I was actually filming this part and then the recording died on me and got lost, which never happens, but I figured I would just keep them because they're good. These are just comments from my YouTube channel. So just comments like right here, and you'll see your comment in here maybe. I hope you guys don't yell at me. I really appreciate these comments, and love all of them. I just chose 3 of my favorite ones right here. So we're gonna use these ones, but to create a new one from one of your customers, you just click Add New. And next up, you'll just write in the person's name up here, like who said it. It's like Jane Doe. And then you can write what they said. Next, in client details, you just want to put in their name again, and an email if you have it, and then a company name and a link. So you can link to that person's company. And it's also a good way to feature another blogger and give them a little link and a little credit if another blogger said something good about your site. And if you don't have reviews, try and ask your colleagues and friends in your personal network, especially if they work for cool names like Forbes or Vogue, and they say something about your site, then it'll look really good on your own website. All right, the next step is just to create a new category. And that category could be where the reviewer came from, like social media, or it could be the product they were reviewing. So maybe they were reviewing your 7-week fitness plan, for example, and you can gather all the reviews about that one specific product. Add new. Now just set a featured image, and you can put up like a pretty picture from that person if you have it. We could just use our demo model here, typing out in nature, and set featured image. All right, now you just need to publish it just like a post or a page. And click back to all testimonials. And so once you get a few of these and gather them here, then it's time to insert them on your website. To do that, we need to click on views now. So on the left, click on views. And I'm actually gonna delete all of these to show you how to make them from scratch, because yours will be empty. We'll just set them up again real quick. All right, so click Add New. And I'm not sure why they call it views. Views are just like a way of displaying testimonials. All right, so you just need a name, like Sidebar View, because we can put these testimonials in the sidebar. And we're gonna leave this one on display and scroll down and keep the default settings, although they're all really intuitive and helpful. Like you can change what fields show up or change the style to something cool like modern, which we'll do in a second. And you can also change how the images and your testimonials are displayed. All right, I really like the basic settings though, so I'm just gonna save it. Next, just click on the shortcode and copy that whole thing. And we're gonna put this in our sidebar. So we gotta go back to widgets, hover on appearance and click widgets. And we can just choose the custom HTML because we're gonna be inserting some code. So open that up, choose primary sidebar, add to widget, and we can just paste in that little piece of shortcode and call this one product reviews and click save. All right, and now when we view the site, we'll have our first little view of the testimonials that your site has gathered. And of course, you can choose only to show certain testimonials or, more or less, whatever you want. And as we saw on that views page, you can change how the text looks and how the borders and styles and the image and all that looks as well. You get the title of the person that said your review, then you get their featured image, and you get the review itself, you get their name, and you get their company with the link. Really cool. But that's not all. To insert the form where people can write in their own testimonials on their own, even when you're not on the website, just go back to the dashboard, click on testimonials, and click views, add new, and now we're going to want to choose the form option. That's the most important, just choose form. And we can call this one like enter reviews form. Now you can scroll down, and I think if you don't choose a category, it will just let people choose their own category. You can change the style and the background, but again, the default styles are really stylish. Save changes. Now click the shortcode, copy it, And let's drop this in a new page. So let's click on Pages, Add New, and we can just title this something like, We Love Your Business. All right, super clever. And then just paste that shortcode in the text tab. And once you've done this, then it'll display. You just need to click Publish and you're done. And when we view page, we can see we get this beautiful little form that inherits the styles of our website. No, Siri, that was not meant for you. And you can go ahead and have people write in reviews when you're not on the site. They can even upload their own photos and then click Add Testimonial. And then it'll get published and you'll see that new testimonial sitting in your dashboard for you to approve or edit or review when you log back in the morning. All right, so really fun, but that's still not it. We can actually set up our reviews in one more way before we're done, which is in the footer. So come back to the dashboard and click on Testimonials, and one more time, Views, and Add New. And we're going to set up this final option, the slideshow. All right, so we can do these three options, and single template would just be to include one review or one testimonial on a page. And for name, we're just going to call this footer view because this is going in the footer. And now we can come down and make a couple modifications. So maybe we want to show these for less time and have people see a lot of them. And we can scroll down, and maybe we want the style to be modern and the background of this little slider to be a single color. You can just choose white, which always looks good. So choose your color or go with one of the gradients or presets and click Save Changes. And I know we're going a little bit faster here, but I want to just give you a brief overview of all this amazing plugins, features, and then you can play around, of course, on your own and ask us in the comments what you're working on. All right, so finally we can hover on Appearance and click Widgets, where our footer lives. And we're going to put this in the little space we have in footer 2. All right, and we can do so using the handy Strong Testimonials View widget we now have. So click Footer 2, Add Widget. All right, and now in Views, we just need to change it to Footer View. So it's really easy to display testimonials on your site once you set them up and enter them in. And save it. Now let's check out the site. Scroll down, and our footer will have this awesome little social proofing testimonial area. And if we wait a second, then it'll show us another testimonial. And by the way, Leo wasn't someone who visited my YouTube channel, unfortunately, but he did make appearances in our previous tutorials. We've used Leo before. All right, so you can keep the full width testimonial here, like stretching across the whole screen, or we can edit our footer and add some content to the left and the right of the testimonials so that this will be condensed in a nice little box in the middle. All right, so that's a good transition. Let's go ahead and build our footer. Let's go back to the dashboard. And let's hover on Appearance and click Widgets. And we're going to put stuff in the footer 1 and the footer 3. First thing I want to put in is a menu to help people navigate your site. So where is it? You can never find menu when you want it. There it is, navigation menu. Click Menu, Footer Area 1, Add Widget. And we can call this one Navigate. Select Menu, Main Menu, and save it. So you can obviously create more menus if you go to Appearance Menus and then set up like a help menu or a feedback menu, or maybe you have like an affiliate program or donate, whatever sort of links your business needs, you can set them up in as many menus using as many different menus as you like. All right, and for footer 3, I want to show you how to add a video. So if you want to make a website with videos in the footer or in anywhere on the website, it's really easy. You just need to get the video from a place like YouTube. So we can go back to YouTube and we can look up like WordPress.org 2017 and grab our tutorial here. Should be number 1, maybe someday. And to get a video, just find the video you want, click share, click embed, this little embed link, and now we need to copy paste this iframe code. So click it to highlight, right click copy, and then come back to our site and choose the custom HTML widget, perfect for inserting code from Facebook, YouTube, wherever, Google. Choose footer area 3, add widget, and we can just paste it in. And we can call this one featured video tutorial and save it. Great job. Now when we close this and view the site, our footer should be coming together nicely. Alright, very good. And our footer looks so good that we're going to call it done right there, because keeping it simple is key. We have the navigation menu, the testimonials, and the video, and I think that looks great. The only edit I can think of is when the testimonials slide, it might change the height of your footer, but to keep a consistent height in your footer and for your testimonials, just go back to the dashboard, click on testimonials, views, click on the footer view to edit it, and now we're just going to want to change adjust height for each slide to set height to match tallest slide, and save it. Great job. Now our footer is looking perfect, and the height of the whole footer will stay the same. Alright guys and gals, very good. We are so close to being done. We just need to do a few minor design changes, and then your sites will be ready to go live. And it wouldn't be a complete WordPress website tutorial without a little chat with HostGator. So I'm having them look over our site now and make sure that it's up and running for the world, and have a question about the footer because I made some big changes to the code in Appearance Editor, and now it's like semi-broken. So I'm just having them look at it. They're looking at our domain name and logging into the back end. So it's really nice knowing we have that safety net right now. So I'll be talking with them over the next few minutes, and they're going to purge our cache, like refresh the whole thing, which is awesome. It means that anything that's stuck in the internet gets flushed, basically. And you'll probably hear that term, purging a cache, more and more in the future. So we're going to change up the design things right now and get you ready for launch. First thing I want to look at is this read more button, because I think I want it to say learn more. Yeah, just like our slider text right here, learn more. To change your slider button text, click customize, and then click theme options, and then excerpt options, and now we can just replace read more ... with learn more. Very good. We'll publish those changes. Next, we can X out at the top, and we're going to change the tagline, because I realized that shows up in the upper left corner up here on our browser tab. It says just another WordPress site, and we do not want that. So let's go to the dashboard, and now we can hover on settings and click general. And we're just going to delete this WordPress tagline, and then right in there it's your time to make a website. So I think there's a pun in there somewhere. Thought there was. And we'll save it. Cool. And now when we go back to the site, we'll get that new tagline in the browser tab. Very cool. And while we were editing our tagline and our learn more button, HostGator fixed our footer. So it's back to normal, just like the default footer should look on your Clean Business theme. So thank you, HostGator support, and Mark especially. And now let's see if we can edit the footer to say our own words. So you might like this, but we could also make it, say your business or whatever you want to say to people down here. So let's try to do that. This is pretty tricky. It's usually the toughest part of our tutorials, even though it's really minor in detail form. but we're going to try to do it together. So let's click back to the dashboard, and let's hover on appearance and click editor. And if you get a little message that says don't edit this code, just say like I understand or okay. It's gonna be fine because you have me and all of us here as your guide. And now in last year's GoDaddy website tutorial from 2017, we needed to go into the ink folder. So let's click ink, and we needed to go into core. So I think we could save ourselves some time and go there again. I think they built this theme like they built last year's theme. So let's click core. All right, and now we want to make a backup of this file before we edit it. So let's hit Control A, Control Copy, or I'm on a Mac, so it's Command A, Command Copy. Now open up a new text file, new document, and we can see I use text files a lot. And you just want to paste the entire piece of code in and then call it something like core.php backup, and then the date, so 12/5/17, and hit enter. And now if anything goes wrong, we can just copy paste this back into the WordPress site. Now when you're on the WordPress file itself, when your mouse is over here, don't make any changes yet, just hit Command Find or Control Find, and you'll get the search bar. And I want you to do a search for generator and hit enter. And it's going to show you this one little piece of code that starts with generator, and this is exactly what we want to edit. So now all you need to do in this section here is modify what you see in between the alligator brackets here, and then the ones below it too. I'm going to highlight it for you so we can see exactly what to change. So what I've highlighted here in these quote marks, including the $ content left, is the WordPress code equivalent of this left-hand text right here. So the way the theme is built, this generates this on the left, and this part, as you might have guessed, within the quotes, of course, generates this. So every part of WordPress on the front end can be found in the back end if you look hard enough, and I think in this case, the theme developers want us to buy the Pro theme because the Pro version has a specific footer section to edit. And while I do recommend buying the Pro theme, especially if you use this website for your own business, which is making a profit, it's always a good idea to have a Pro, aka premium theme, because you get better support and a lot more features. While I do recommend that option, I'm also a fan of doing things for free when we can, and also learning how the code works. So this is kind of like a double plus. So what I want you to do is literally delete exactly what I've highlighted here, and I'll zoom in for you. And then you can just write in your own copyright. So I'm going to write copyright Greg Narayan Tutorials 2017. And I'm going to get the copyright symbol from Wikipedia. Just copy it right from Google. Command copy. And command paste. And then we'll write bar all rights reserved. Cool. That's awesome. To set up a link here, you can just do a little bit of HTML inline here. Which means I get to teach you even more, so I'm excited. Just create a link by entering open alligator bracket a space href equals quotation mark close alligator bracket, and then where you want the text that the link is, it's called anchor text, to end, just put open alligator /a close alligator. That'll close the link. And then in this little section between the quotation marks, you put your link. So in our case, I'm going to put my YouTube link, which is just the channel. It's pretty cool. I can just grab the channel link itself for your own blogging. All right, and you guys should all subscribe, of course. You can join our amazing community. It's a lot of fun, and we all make better blogs and push each other, and we wake up every morning super excited. I don't know if it's the coffee or the sheer dominance of our blogs and websites, but it could be a combination of both. So right now I just want you to paste in that link in between the quotation marks. Just like that. Keep those quotes. And if you want to open this in a new browser tab, when someone clicks it, write target equals quotation mark underscore blank, just like I did. Awesome job. Now we can change the one on the right, delete exactly what I've highlighted, and let's write in WordPress theme by Catch Theme. So we're still going to give them credit, we just want to do it our own way. And we're going to write in simple business. Just kidding, clean business. Nice. And now we'll update file. Assuming you didn't break anything, it'll say file edited successfully. And now we can just check out our site. Let's scroll down. And if you don't see your changes right now, it might be because we need to refresh the cache on our end. So up in the top where it says caching, try just clicking purge this page. Alright, so once you hit the purge all or the purge this page button, then you can scroll down and you should see your changes. So we see our new footer, which is customized with whatever we wanted to say. We can of course click the link. Works, great. So let me know if any of this didn't work for you or if it takes longer to show the right footer, because sometimes those caches can be feisty and take a few tries. Alright, so we can click this button and scroll to the top. And we're on our final steps here, guys. The finish line is well in sight. I just want to show you a couple plugins that'll make your website run faster now. So let's go back to the dashboard. And plugins. Add new. So we should only have about 4 plugins now, and adding a couple more is a good idea. We've definitely vetted them, so we know they work. The first one is just called WP Smush It. It's this plugin called Smush Image Compression and Optimization by WPMU Dev. Awesome company. I often link to articles by them. So we'll click install now and activate. Alright, welcome to Smush, winner of Torque Plugin Madness. Good for them. So we're just going to click automatically smush my images on upload. We'll leave that one unchecked. I'm not sure what that is. Resize my full images. We'll leave that one unchecked as well. So this will make your images slightly smaller, which will make your pages load faster. It's recommended by Google, and it'll still preserve the quality. So let's click Get Started. It says, Greg, you have 20 attachments that need smushing. Let's do a bulk smush, all right? Then it says, did you know WP Smush delivers 2 times better compression? That's really cool. I recommend trying it out, but I've also had really good results just with the free version. So while this is crunching our images and saving us space, we can install the second plugin I want to give you guys. So let's open up a new tab. Plugins, add new, and now just look up WP Super Cache. Alright, and should come up right away. This is one of the biggest WordPress plugins out there. Over 1 mil installations, WP Super Cache. So install now. And it's by Automatic, the creators of WordPress, so you know it's good. Activate. And we don't need to do a ton with this plugin. If you get this warning, in fact, we can dismiss it because it says if you just installed WP Super Cache for the first time, you can dismiss it. So that's pretty cool. Otherwise, follow the instructions right here, but we don't need to now. All right, so dismiss. Now for this plugin, all we need to do is click on its settings. Okay, so with this plugin, you want to turn caching on when you're done editing your site and you're ready to launch, and you want to just leave it alone. What that'll do is then it remembers how your pages look. So when someone's on your site, it'll load the homepage once, and then when they go back to welcome or something, it'll load welcome. But going back to home will be quicker. And every time someone sees a page, the web will remember what it looks like, and it'll remember what blog posts look like too, so that people can surf around, and that every time someone clicks to a page they've been to before, it doesn't have to load it all over again. It's kind of like if you ran a museum with a bunch of cool paintings, and you spend all this time painting them and setting them up and making them look good, every time you have visitors come to a museum, you don't want to have to set all of that up again. You want it to just be there. So it's good to leave it on and update the status. Also, if you run like 7 or 8 or 9 or 10 WordPress sites on the same server, it's good to have caching on, because while you're working on like one site, you might want the other sites to just be running really fast, and caching on should make them run faster. However, if you're making edits to your site, it's good to have caching off and update status. This also gives you a more powerful cache deleter, so if you're not seeing your changes, turn it off, update status, and then click delete cache. I just want to call it cache. And then you can click delete expired and delete cache. So you now have a more powerful delete button right here. Alright, it looks like Smush is done running. All images are smushing up to date. Awesome. Feel free to play around here a little bit more, but we don't need to. And with that done, our site will now run more quickly. And the images still look just as good. The final step I want to do is just add your site to Google Analytics and to Google itself, so that you can track data and collect traffic data and then eventually get a ton of it over time because you're doing the right things. Alright, so this is a 3-step process and we can do it pretty quickly. We have a video on it as well, but I think I mentioned we'd do it, so let's just stay true to our word. So the first link you want to visit is just submit my website to Google. You're going to get this little browser feature right here, and all you need to do is just copy your domain name and put it in there and submit. Alright, so we're done with that, and if you don't get this submitted message here, you can also click submit URL, which is the older way of doing it. Here in the search console, just paste in URL, not a robot, submit, and your request has been received. So that's all we can do as far as this tool right now. So Google is now aware of your site, and some little elf off in the Google forest just got a notification saying that, hey, we made this new website on YouTube, let's check it out and let's help these people. Alright, so that's pretty cool. Now we can also go to Analytics for step 2. Just look up Analytics, click to Google Analytics. You can sign up for free. It's free and easy. And if you're already signed up like me, it should just log you in like this. And then all you're going to need to do is click to the admin area. It might take you here automatically if you just sign up for the first time. And now we can just click our drop down here, create new account. Looks like we get 100 Google Analytics accounts. So let's give ourselves a name, 4-minute website, 4-minute website. URL, that's easy, just paste it in. Alright, I think we can actually get rid of that HTTP part. Select an industry, so we're education. If that's not an option, I'll be amazed. Jobs and education, because I want you to make websites and blogging your job, like me. And now we'll just click Get Tracking ID. Alright, and I accept. Now all you need to do is click on this code right here to highlight it, right click, copy it, and we'll put it into our site, and then we'll be tracking with Google Analytics. So come back to our dashboard, hover on settings, and click Insert Headers and Footers. And now we're going to drop this code into our header area, right beneath the code from Facebook. Just give it a couple spaces and paste her in there. Scroll down and save. Alright, settings saved, successful, and nothing else will show up on your site now, but you will now be able to start tracking data in Google Analytics within about 24 hours or less. And you can see that all if you click on Home, and then I like going to Behavior, and then Site Content, All Pages, which shows you the most popular pages on your site at any given time. Alright, now lastly, we just need to go to your Google Search Console, also called the Webmaster's Dashboard. So if you Google Search Console, you'll find this link. And you just need to click Add a Property and paste in your URL. Alright, so just drop that bad boy right in there and click continue. And it's going to ask you to do the verification here. So you verify ownership. It'll say recommended or alternate methods. But good thing for us is we already did the recommended method, which is to put that code from Google Analytics in there. So as long as you've waited a couple minutes, you should be able to click verify. And success. Always love seeing this little green check mark. Great job. All right, so our website, 4minutewebsite.com, is now verified. We can use Google services and click back to the Search Console. All right, so just more data, more analytics, more ways to help your website get traffic and hopefully make a lot of money someday online. All right, guys and gals, now that we've hooked up Google Analytics to your websites, we're officially done. And this is where the tutorial ends. I'm really sad, but the good thing is you now learned how to make a business website in WordPress, and I'll always be here with you in the future for more questions. I know that there's always a way to take your website to the next level, and I want you to know that you're not alone in WordPress. You'll always have a friend here in the blogging world. Aside from that, if you learn anything, please make sure to go down to the comments below and let us know with a comment or any feedback, concerns, requests for the next video. And please also make sure to hit that like button. It takes like 2 seconds, and make sure to hit subscribe if you want to hear any more from me in our community. That'd be like the best birthday, Christmas present ever this year. And even if you didn't want to get me a present, who cares? It's free and it's fun clicking things. All right, guys and gals, that's really cool. I hope you enjoyed learning how to create a business website with a blog. I hope you enjoyed saving money because we didn't have to go out in our local town to get a web developer. And I hope you enjoyed these new skills that you can now show off to your friends. All right, guys, make sure to go check out the comments below and see what kind of chatter is going on. If you want to answer someone else's question, I'll love you forever, but you don't have to. I can do that too. I just want to make sure that I get to see you there. All right, thanks so much for watching, guys. I'll talk to you soon. All right, bye for now. Bye-bye.
If you'll permit our acquaintance to ripen, I'll try hard not to be forgotten again.
You may listen to this network with assurance that all